Hello everyone and welcome. In this video I'm going to talk about strings in C++. So let's get into it. So before I create a string, let me just include the string in my program. This step is very important. If you don't include the string in your program and you try to create a string, then the program is not going to know what you're talking about. So if you're using strings, always make sure to include them in the program. Now I'm going to create a string called name, which is going to equal Mike. Now, each string in C++ is a set of characters, okay? Each element in a string is going to be a character. Now, you can access each individual character in a string in a similar way that you access elements in an array, so with indexes, okay? Indexes are basically the positions of each character in the string. They go from 0 to the length of the string minus 1. So in this case, M is going to be at the position 0, I is going to be at the position 1, K is going to be at the position 2, and E is going to be at the position 3. So let me show you what it looks like to see out the first index of this string. This is going to output M. The second index of the string is going to output K. And this is the way you can access characters in the string. Now, if you want to add a character to the string, or you want to replace a certain character in a string by another character, you can do something like name 0. So this is going to be the first position. Now, since a string is made up of characters, you're not going to use double quotation marks. You're going to use single quotation marks, and you're going to introduce the character that you want to introduce. Let me output name 0. If I run this, this is going to give me A because I changed the first character of the string to be A. Now let me output the whole string, and this is going to give me A and then Ike. Now, if you want to access the length of a string, you can use two different methods. One of them is the length and one of them is the size. Now, methods are basically like properties that a string has. So let me see out name dot length. This is how you use a method. You use the name of the string, which in this case is name, dot, and then the name of the method, parentheses. Now, if I run this, this is going to give me the length. Sorry, I didn't run it. Now, if I run this, this is going to give me the length of the string, which is 4. Now, you don't have to use length. You can also use size. This is completely equivalent. These two methods do exactly the same thing. Okay, now as you know, a string is anything that's in between double quotation marks. Now, what happens when you try to put double quotation marks inside of a string? So let me say something like my name is, and then I want to put double quotation marks around Mike. Now, what happens here? Why isn't Mike the same color as the rest of the string? Well, this is actually invalid because if you just write it like this, then the program is going to interpret this as being a string. Mike is going to be an invalid set of characters, and then this is going to be another string, and Mike is actually not going to be inside of a string. So how do you fix this problem? Well, you have to put a backslash like this, sorry, not like this, like this, before the first quotation mark and before the second quotation mark. And now, as you can see, Mike is highlighting in the same color as the other characters in the string. Let me just see out the name. Now, if I see out, this is going to see out my name is, and then double quotation marks around Mike. So this is how you can put double quotation marks inside of strings. Now, what if you want to put single quotation marks inside of strings? Now, if you want to do that, imagine that for some reason you wanted to put a single quotation mark here. In order to do that, you just have to put a backslash before the single quotation mark. Now, if I run this, you can see that there is a single quotation mark before Mike. But now, what if you want to put a backslash inside of a string? So as we've seen right here, a backslash is used when you want to put double quotation marks inside of a string, or when you want to put single quotation marks inside of a string. Now, if I just put it like this, a single backslash, then this is going to highlight in red, and if I run this, you can see that this is going to generate a warning, right? Unknown escape sequence. So if you want to put a backslash inside of a string, you're actually going to have to put 2 backslashes inside of the string. And now if I run this, as you can see, everything works correctly, and there's this backslash inside of the string. Now, the last thing I want to show you is that you can actually concatenate strings together, meaning you can add strings together. So let me delete this and let me create another string called name2, which is going to equal Mike. And now I want to see out string plus string 2. And let me run this. Wait, not string. This is name, and this is name 2. Sorry about that. Okay, so if I see out name plus name 2, this is going to see out my name is Mike. So it's going to see out my name is plus Mike. Now there's another way you can do this, which is through a method called the append method. Now, if you want to add a string to the end of another string, that's what the append does, you can use the append. So append name.append name2. Now let me run this. As you can see, this is completely equivalent to adding the strings together. The only difference is that you can add strings in any position that you want. With the method append, you're going to add a string to the end of another string. Okay, so I think that's all I had to show you today in this video. You learned some useful stuff about strings, some methods that you can use, some operations that you can perform, how you can access characters in a string. Thank you for watching. If this video was helpful, please like to support the channel. If you have any questions, as always, don't hesitate to ask, and I'll see you in the next video.